from the campus of Bowling Green State University.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Chase Bachman. Thank you for joining us. Today is January 27th. We start with the fight for American Sign Language classes. Students at the university are pushing for the courses to remain in the curriculum, but some administrators are saying that might not be an option. This week, the Biden administration announced it is including an American Sign Language interpreter at its regular press briefings. The White House saying it is part of an effort to be more inclusive and accessible.
The president is committed to building an America that is more inclusive, more just, and more accessible for every American.
That coming on the heels of BGSU's announcement they are removing American Sign Language courses from the curriculum. Many students voicing their frustration at the decision rallied virtually last week, sharing their opinions with professors and administrators. The protest put on by students Hannah Woodward and Mariah Groh, arguing that the courses are versatile and used everywhere throughout the country.
We really just want something back that allows students to learn and practice ASL because it's so near and dear to our hearts, and it's affected us so much in our lives, and it's so useful every day.
But one high-level administrator who attended the event saying it ultimately comes down to money. Dean of the College of Education and Human Development, Dawn Chanu, is one of the people involved in removing ASL courses from the curriculum. Chanu says ASL is one of the few courses not required by the university for completing a degree.
The way our degrees are structured, almost every course we offered is required for a degree program. And so when we needed to make reductions, unfortunately, we had to look to the few courses that we offer that aren't required.
Some are holding out hope, though. The curriculum can remain an option for students in the future. The undergraduate student government drafted a resolution requesting the university reverse its decision, while a petition on change.org is nearing its goal with almost 10,000 signatures. For now, Chanu says virtual ASL courses are impressive in and of itself.
If you had asked me if we could teach ASL courses online effectively, I would have said absolutely not. And while still not ideal, we've proven in the last couple of semesters that in fact we've done it, and other universities are doing it as well. And so I think
Chase Bachman reporting for BG24 News. Several dining locations on campus are closing due to a COVID-19 outbreak, and as a result, some students may be receiving a refund. The university closed 8 locations in the last 2 weeks due to a COVID outbreak. The university decided it is refunding students 10% of their meal plan cost for the spring semester. The refund is applying to any outstanding balance a student may have remaining on their bursar bill. Students can expect a refund check or direct deposit within the next 10 to 14 days. However, students with a meal plan paid via scholarship will not receive a refund. Those with questions regarding their refund are encouraged to contact BGSU's bursar office. For students, spring break provides that much-needed relaxation during the semester. This year, however, the typical week-long break is being divided into what the university is calling wellness days. The 5 days are spread throughout the months of February, March, and April. In February and March, the days create an extended 4-day weekend. The university initially planned only 4 dates. After receiving student feedback, officials extended the plan to 5. BGSU hopes the days deter students from traveling during the pandemic. BGSU often speaks about issues of diversity and inclusion, but some are wondering when the university acts upon those words. Reporter Macey Austin spoke with some students who feel the university isn't doing enough.
After recent injustices across our nation, BGSU has sent out a number of emails calling for change and unity. Some students feel that there has been little support put into action for people of color on campus.
How many emails are going to get sent out for the university actually does something?
I think racism has a really large seat in faculty at BGSU.
While students may feel this way, there are organizations on campus that put together workshops to start a conversation on inclusion at BGSU.
We have endless programs, but then beyond those sorts of things, the panels and discussions, like even this week, we've done 2 programs on race and politics and thinking about some of the things that have happened recently. We're planning for Black History Month, but we do programming in all of the heritage months. So we do a number of programs to try to help folks in the community really feel connected.
What students may not realize is the work being done behind the scenes.
We want to make sure that we're educating our entire campus community on ways that they should become more culturally competent, on ways that they can do things that are more inclusive of others. And we want to be able to provide the resources and access to help develop folks to make sure that by the time people graduate, they are prepared to live in a world that doesn't look like our campus, right? Like BG is still a predominantly white institution. That's not the world that folks will graduate and go into. And when it comes to taking action, the Diversity and Belonging Council works really hard on policy creation, on metrics, on rubrics, on things of that nature. And if anybody is ever interested, I would be happy to open up one of those meetings so that folks could hear and listen into what those discussions are like.
The students would like to see the university interact more with student organizations.
And acknowledging the work that these student organizations have been doing and telling them that like you stand with them and asking what they can do to help.
Kate Jefferson and Miriam Sato are the founders of the Inclusive and Culturally Responsive Educators Group on campus.
We saw a need for like more diversity just in our major. Like there weren't that many people that looked like us, so we were trying to bring like minority educators together.
The two created a class for education students at BG to learn how to be culturally responsive in their future classrooms.
We have like personal experiences growing up as minorities in like mostly like white school districts, like when we were younger, like kindergarten to 12th. And so when we came to college, like it was just really shocking to see that trend continue in our courses and see that's coming from like professors even. And like in the one single diversity class that we had, it wasn't even like really addressing what we wish it would, like racially and ethnically. So we were just like, well, if they're not going to do this for us, like we should start a class ourselves.
They would like to see this type of class become a requirement for all future educators.
Correct terminology to use, how you speak about different diverse groups without being offensive, things like that. And then to continue to embed this curriculum throughout the program, not only for IEC, but for all education programs.
The duo struggles to find allies in the College of Education to help support their cause.
Like we would literally have repeated ourselves in this conversation countless times, and we just get the same answer every single time from professors. Like, oh, it's just going to take a long time. Oh, I don't know if we could do that. Oh, there's just so much curriculum.
Despite their setbacks, the pair continues to push for more inclusive education so that BGSU students will become culturally responsive teachers. Reporting for BG24 News, I'm Macey Austin.
And that will do it for BG24 News. Be sure to follow us on Twitter and now Instagram at BG24TV. And be sure to check out more of our content at bgfalconmedia.com. We'll see you next week.